The Pep Guardiola press conference today, the first part of it, the bit that's pre-embargoed, and the embargo means basically that it's kept till the Saturday newspapers. The short bit before that was relatively short, shorter than normal. There were no questions, for example, in that section about Chelsea or about the game or specifics about anything could be handled. So you might see some reaction to that in the Saturday papers tomorrow, because that certainly came up in the embargo, but which I can't talk about. So the only things that were talked about really were the injuries. So let's start with the obvious one, which is Sergio Aguero. There were a lot of questions asking whether or not it was correct to let Sergio go and be coming back on a plane, albeit a private jet, at 11 o'clock at night or thereafter, and getting back at 1 o'clock in the morning to England, and whether that was the right thing to do. And basically Pep was very strong in his defence of that and said, well, it's his day off, he's a man, he can do what he wants, you know, it's not a big deal as far as he's concerned. He's a proper fit, trained athlete and should be able to cope with that, and he certainly didn't see any problem with that being an issue, which was trying to be made, I suppose, as an issue by many of the questions that were being thrown at him. So the update on Sergio Aguero is that he's got a rib injury, although he's not arrived back in Manchester yet for the formal assessment. Pep said that he thought it was a broken rib or ribs, and that this was clearly going to be a bit of a problem, and that he definitely wouldn't play at Chelsea. Same for Mendy Kompany. No way was he going to be playing at Chelsea, despite the fact that he's returned now to some training with City and will go away with Belgium for the international break, though he said he wouldn't actually play for Belgium. Benjamin Mendy will have an operation this afternoon in Barcelona on his problem, and Pep said, optimistically, depending on which way you look at it, that he will be back for the Champions League semi-final. So that's the day he's perhaps aiming at, and he admitted that he would be a big loss. So I'm afraid that's all I can say really about the press conference, because it was all about those three injuries, and as I said, there wasn't really any detail about the game at Chelsea tomorrow afternoon. But at least that brings you up to date as far as I can on what was said with Pep Guardiola. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what I do. It's free to subscribe, it just means you get notified on all the videos that I pop up, and as always there will be a vlog which I'll record around match day at Chelsea, which I'm sure, with it being this type of game, will be surrounding a lot more about the opinions rather than travelogue or whatever about this big game and the repercussions after it. So make sure you watch that when it goes up tomorrow evening. In the meantime, thanks for watching, I do appreciate it.